I remember the moment I hit connect on the camera feed. My lunch break. Phone propped up on my knee. Hands steady, not because I was calm, but because the anger had burned past shaking and settled into something cold. I didn't expect to see what I saw. I expected bodies, whispered apologies after, maybe denial. But what I saw was worse. My wife, Marissa, used to laugh like she didn't know how to be unhappy. We met before the money, before the board seats, before the new car smell stuck to her clothes. Back then, she would fall asleep with her hand over my heart, like she needed to feel it to trust I was still there. But success is just a polite word for distance. Hers grew faster than mine. She started coming home late, smelling like a brand of cologne I didn't own. Said she was with the team, working overtime, networking. And I wanted to believe her, because believing the lie was easier than admitting I was already alone. Then there was the night she called me by someone else's name in bed. She froze, said it was a joke, laughed, then rolled over. My heart didn't break, it unstitched. I didn't confront her. That would have given her time to prepare. Instead, I installed a camera, a small one, hidden inside the base of the nightstand lamp, angled right toward the bed. I told her I was taking overtime shifts at the plant. Truth was, I wanted to watch the truth reveal itself. I wanted to see her choose him. But the camera didn't show her body tangled with someone else's. It showed her crying. Not soft crying, not guilt crying. She was shaking, hands clawed into the sheets, whispering into the dark. I turned the volume up. "Please, not him. I'll do it. I'll do anything. Just don't touch him." My chest tightened. A voice answered her, a voice I recognized. Her boss, Adrian Cole. The kind of man whose smile looks like it was bought, not made. The kind of man who shook your hand like he was weighing you. He wasn't touching her. He was threatening her. "Then don't fail me again. The deal goes through next week. You make sure your husband signs over the land. Otherwise, I don't care who gets hurt." My land. The property my father left me. The same land that oil companies had been sniffing around for years. She wasn't cheating, she was being leveraged, cornered, and she was trying to protect me. My stomach twisted. Guilt and love crashed at the same speed. But then, she said something that turned my blood back to ice. "He doesn't know anything. He's too trusting. He'll sign whatever I put in front of him." That was when the betrayal landed. Not the threat, not the boss, her voice, her certainty. She believed I was weak. I didn't break anything. I didn't scream. I didn't march home to demand answers. Weak men react. Strong men plan. So I spent the next 4 days collecting everything. Emails, phone logs, corporate records that showed Adrian falsified accounts, bribed board members, and ran his company like a silk-wrapped crime syndicate. I hired a lawyer, quietly, transferred the deed to a trust, filed notarized documents she didn't know existed. Then I set a trap. I told her I'd sign whatever she needed, told her I trusted her completely, watched her eyes soften, not with love, but relief. Relief that her lie would work. She never knew the pen I handed her had a camera built inside. She never knew the document she brought me wasn't the real one. She never knew the copy I signed was something very different. A financial disclosure attesting her knowledge of corporate fraud, coercion, and extortion. And her signature sealed it. I asked her to meet me at Adrian's office at 5 p.m. to finalize the deal. They were both there when I arrived. Marissa looked tired. Adrian looked smug. I placed a folder on the desk, opened it slowly. "These," I said, "are copies of every communication between you two regarding me. And this," I held up the document she signed, "is your confession." Adrian's smirk faltered. Marissa's face drained of color. "You think this changes anything?" Adrian said. I slid my phone across the table, live streaming, to his board of directors and to a federal investigator. He lunged. Security dragged him out. Marissa didn't speak. She just stared at the floor, shaking. "Why didn't you say anything?" she whispered. I looked at her, really looked, at the woman who used to hold my heart like something fragile, at the woman who decided I was disposable. "Because you already chose your side," I said. I stood, left the documents, left her. Didn't look back. The investigation lasted months. Adrian went down first, hard. Then the company. Then the investors who backed them. Marissa avoided jail by cooperating, but her world turned to ash anyway. Her friends vanished. Her wealth evaporated. The house was sold. I kept the land, built a quiet place there. Not big, not loud, just mine. Sometimes people ask why I live alone now. I tell them, peace is expensive, and I already paid for it in full.